All right. Welcome. We're going to get started. Uh, just grab maybe a band of some kind and a towel today. We're going to start standing, so we'll get there, but your band and your towel are what you're going to need today. Okay. So grab the band when you have it, and we're gonna stand on it, just like with one foot. And I'm using this double band, but you can just use a regular band. And I'm gonna stand on it here, and then kind of hold it with a little bit of tension there. Okay, and this one's going to be for our neck stretch. So there's a tiny bit of tension in the band, and I'm just going to take my head in the opposite direction away from the band. And now it's kind of pulling my shoulder and my neck and down my arm. And that's feeling good. Take one more breath there. Okay, and then release that. And let's go to the other side. So standing the band on the other side. I'm going to create a little tension as I stand up straight. And now I'm just taking my head in the opposite direction. Oof, and it's pulling down on my shoulder, little neck stretch. Even feel this in the forearm on this side. We'll just take one more breath. Good. All right. Let's go one more, for a couple breaths, one more to the first side. Create a little tension there. Head in the opposite direction. And now just kind of look towards the floor. Nice and slow. And it'll change the stretch a little bit, I think. Okay, and then again, moving slowly. Lift your chin up, even your chest up towards the ceiling. Ooh. And now that feels much more on the front side, the front of my neck. I'm actually going to give myself a little more slack because it's too intense. Lifting the chin. All right. Let's just slowly come back to center. Other side. Okay, stand on the band, a little bit of tension, head to the side, and let that relax. And then drop your chin to your chest. Look towards the floor, look over to the side a bit more. Just move slowly and mindfully there. Okay, and now start to lift your chin. I'm taking my shoulder back a little bit. Chest is lifting as well. It's not just the neck, it's the whole front of the shoulder. All right. Let's come back to center. Stand off the band. Okay. So since we have the band, I really wanted to just do that next stretch with it, but let's use it, one more way. The wide grip across the front of the chest. Just go up and back down without any real force, or you don't have to go super far. Just a nice stretch again on the front of the shoulders. couple more. Okay, and then behind the back, one last one. So I've got my hands really nice and wide here. I'm not trying to be too aggressive with it. I'm gonna bend my knees and lift my hips and take the arms up, drop the head. Yeah. Slowly come all the way back up. Let's release that. Take that band aside for now. One last thing for standing, and then we're coming to the floor. Bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to just go side to side first with the hips, but pretty much straight legs. And then go front to back. Okay, and then go side back, side forward. So do a circle or two in one direction and a circle or two in the other direction. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and come to the floor. And we're going to start with 90-90s. And we're going to, you can sit on your towel or not. So start by just rotating side to side here. One more like that. Okay, now choose one side. So for example, I'm going to the left with my knees, and I'm going to pull my left arm across my body. So kind of hooking the right arm underneath. And whatever your front leg is, that arm is going to go across the body. And then just turn towards the front a little bit, or towards your legs. Pull that one. Okay, and then let's go ahead and switch sides. Now I'm on the right side with my knees. I'm going to pull my right arm across, hook my left arm underneath, and just pull. So a nice back of the shoulder stretch here. This feels really good on this side. Take one more breath. Good. Okay, release. Come to the first side again. And so now I'm on the left. I'm going to take the left arm behind my back, just with the palm facing out, and sit for a moment here with this internal rotation behind my back and the arm. And I can move my head away from that side, a little more stretch down the shoulder there. And back up. Okay, release that. And turn to the other side. Same thing, front leg arm. Just reaches around behind. A loose line behind the back if you can. Maybe the head goes away in the opposite direction. And take one more breath here. All right, release that. Change sides again. Last one, take the front leg arm behind your head now. So I'm going to reach it up, place the palm behind my head. Oh, yeah. And kind of lean my head back into my hand. Try to get the shoulder back. I can go over to the side, leaning away from that arm, leaning away from that front leg side. Now there's a whole stretch down the side waist. Good. And then release that. And of course, the other side now. Turn, hand behind the head, elbow back, head back. And now lean away from the arm that's up there. Keep breathing. One more breath. Good. And back up. Release that. Come back to center. Okay. Now let's just sit with the feet together, both legs out to the side, a little bit more symmetrical here. And let's come forward, drop your chin to your chest, and round here in your upper back, round in your lower back. Just drop forward as much as you can. Don't force it. You're not pulling yourself or anything. Let your chin drop deeply to your chest. Take one more breath here. All right. And come all the way up. When you're ready, that. Okay, let's go to some kneeling work. Bring the knees together. And this is one of the places you could use your towel if you need more padding under your knees. And we're going to put the knees on here. Let's start with just some hip circles. And point your toes back and go back, side, and forward. Go around like that. Okay, so circle the hips in one direction. And then circle the hips in the other direction. Always have a little bit of kind of popping, or it's just a little bit. It's like tendons are moving over bone, not in a painful way or anything, just things kind of move and adjust, and then by the third circle, the sound's gone. All right, let's sit back towards the heels in a child's pose. Reach your arms forward for a moment here. Okay. Let's go ahead and come up and take one foot forward to the outside of the hand. And just maybe walk the hands forward a little bit. See if you can circle your hip here a little bit. So back, forward, side, and the knee kind of goes along for the ride, but just kind of think about drawing a circle with this hip in the air. It's probably not a very big circle. It doesn't matter. Go in both directions. Good. And then let's change sides. Step back, Step the other foot forward to the outside. And again, just kind of adjust yourself so you're comfortable enough. It's not super comfortable, but you can walk your hands forward a little bit. And then start to circle that hip. And that just getting right into the hip socket there. Feels really good. Okay, other direction. Good. Okay, let's switch sides one more time. Other foot forward. Now, whatever your front leg is, take your arm and reach it up for a twist. Take one more breath here. And then step back. Go to the other side, forward. Okay, and then twisting in the direction of my front leg here. Oh yeah, one more breath here. Good. Okay, last one. Foot forward, first side again. Now that front arm side stays on the floor, and I'm going to brace my shoulder against my inner knee here. I'm kind of up onto my fingertips or ridge tops, but you could have your hand flat as well. And then the other arm goes up. Good. And then release, step back. Step forward, it's kind of like a side angle. Ridge tops are here. Fingertips, flat hand on the floor. Other arm goes up. Got that knee braced against my arm against my knee. Taking another breath. Good. All right. Step it back. Release that. All right. Let's sit now. And again, you can sit on the towel. I think for this one, if you want to, you don't have to. Okay, so let's go to straight legs for a moment and in a seated forward fold. Or we won't just do a forward fold, actually, we'll do a twist. So let's start just with hands behind and just rock your legs side to side. Okay, so it's not just your feet, but your leg bone, I guess, rocking. Okay. And then we're going to twist to one side forward a bit. So still in the V shape, I'm going to twist to one side, put my hands over the leg. Now this other leg will turn in and the hip can lift right off the floor here. So you can see there's space under here. And I'm going to just keep turning. Oh, that feels good. Feels weirdly good in this internal rotation in this back leg. And I'm looking over my shoulder. And then coming back to center, turning, twisting, changing sides here. And again, this leg internally rotates. This hip is lifted right off the floor. And I'm turning and looking over my shoulder any amount. Okay, so don't force anything. Take a position you can sustain for a couple of breaths here. Oh yeah, let's come back to center. Ooh, all right, lean back, bend your knees for a moment. Just take a breath. Okay, let's go to figure four, a seated figure four. So you might have to kind of scoot your feet out in front to get the ankle on the other thigh, right? But I have the figure four shape here with the the knees are not crossed, just the ankle on the thigh. And then I can scoot the bottom foot in any amount. So that'll kind of bring it closer to the chest through the stretch. Okay, let's go. Let's rock side to side here a bit. Like this, rocking side to side, or you can stay still too. Okay, and then let's go ahead and switch. So to get it up there, I might have to scooch my legs forward and then scooch that bottom leg back, walk my hands in. Yeah, that's enough stretch right there in my outer hip. I'll take a breath here and then go ahead and rock if you want to. Want to just stay still, totally fine. Okay, let's take that foot off the other leg and go to straight legs one more time. So this is where we'll actually do the forward fold. Again, any amount, come forward, toes are pointed up. You can bend your knees a little bit if it's too intense behind your knees. And just come forward any amount with your hands. Simple forward fold, spread leg forward fold. Take two more breaths. Oh, yeah, okay. Now let's come back with the hands. And we're gonna change positions again. Go back to hands and knees for a couple. So again, you can use the towel under your knees. And this one, we're going to cross one ankle over the other ankle, just back here like that. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and then sit back towards your heels. And again, any amount, it's going to feel like a lot of pressure on that bottom leg calf around the Achilles there, maybe around the ankle. If it's too much, just come up a little bit further. But it's kind of feels good to just smash that calf muscles. I'm gonna move my foot up the calf a little bit away from the ankle and then sit back again, not quite as far. And I'll also stretch the front of the ankle if that's an area that's tight for you. Okay, let's come up. Other side. So just start at the ankle and sit back. Again, any amount doesn't have to be all your weight back there. You'll feel the pressure, but it shouldn't be um, unsustainable, unbearable. Should be able to breathe. Okay. Then move your ankle up just a little bit more to the medial part of the calf. It's still pretty low on the leg. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to go too far on this one. Okay, and then back. All right, uncross there. And where am I? Okay, let's do one figure four here as well. So how we could get into that is I'm gonna swing my feet to one side here, and then the foot that's furthest away from me, I'm gonna take that knee behind the ankle. Okay, trying to tuck this in so you can see. So I've got the here, and then I'm just gonna move this knee back. So now I have that figure four shape again, but in a different orientation to gravity than we had before. Bring your forearms to the ground, and you can kind of rock back any amount. Yeah, that's about enough there. Hips back, hips forward. And just staying in one place for a moment, take a breath. Good. All right, come up and just release the back leg. Release the front leg. Okay, see if we can figure this out on the second side. Feet swing to the side. The knee that's furthest away comes behind the other ankle. And then I'm gonna walk that front knee back as well. And now I can sit hips back. Wow. And we just have we've created leverage here. I don't want to push too far or exploit that, but I can really feel, for me, this is a really great outer hip stretch in a way that doesn't bother my knees because I'm not putting my body weight on, I'm just leveraging the position here. Okay. Whew. All right, let's come out of that. Swing them back. Great. Okay. Just do a little cat cow down. A kind of a palate cleanser. Take your spine and arch your back. Tuck your tailbone like that. One more. All right. Back to neutral. And we will go ahead and come on for our back for the most part. So grab your towel if you still have it and just give it a roll like this. And we'll use that in a moment. But go onto your back now. And once you get settled, bring your feet off the floor and your hands off the floor here. So I have my knees bent and my arms are straight though. Okay, let's do some circles with the wrists and the ankles. Okay, do both directions and just circle them in the air. You're gonna have to try to keep your belly from popping away from the floor. So kind of want to impress your back towards the floor here, not aggressively, but just keeping your core engaged. Couple more. All right. Now grab your knees with your hands, hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Okay. Feet on the floor. We're gonna do one more figure four, just because we can. So again, another version, same thing in a way, just again, different orientation to gravity. So go ahead and loop your fingers around your bottom leg, pull in, hip stretch, figure four stretch. Two more breaths. Okay, let's go other side. Other leg on top. And about 5 breaths here or so. I'm settling into it. Okay, release that. Feet to the floor when you're ready. And let's grab our band now. Put it around one leg and take it up towards the ceiling. Or one foot, I guess, and the leg is straight. Putting around just the top of my foot. I feel that again in my calves and in my heel, the bottom of my foot, as I gently pull the toes towards me, or the front of the foot more accurately, not just the toes. Okay, out to the side for a moment so you can put the band in your hand that you're working with that leg and go out to the side. Nice inner thigh stretch here. Good. All right. Let's bring it back. Change hands. Go across the body. And just go right for the twist here. That hip can lift. Push your foot into the band. And then back to center. Okay, switch legs. So the bottom leg could be bent for the first couple here. But the top leg is straight as you can get it. It shouldn't be too hard to straighten because I'm not asking you to pull the leg in or hold your own toes or anything. The band should give you um, some room to go ahead and straighten that knee. All right, now we're going to take the band in the same hand if you want and go up to the side. And feel that in the groin, the inner thigh. A couple more breaths here. All right, bring the leg back when you're ready. And I'm going to straighten my bottom leg for this one because I'm going right across the body, letting the hip lift and really pushing the foot into the band so that I lengthen that hip away from my head. Let's bring it back when you're ready. Releasing the bands, putting it aside. And now we're going to grab our towel roll, okay, and we can go, we'll go 3 spots, and we'll go through them fairly quickly. So under the hips, under the pelvis, right? So I've got the towel roll, not under my lower back, but just below my tailbone. It's kind of on my tailbone a little bit, but the towel is pretty soft. It's a pretty skinny towel. So let's go side to side with the knees. Across the buttocks, basically, to the outer hip. Good. Okay, let's move the towel up to the lower back now. Right in the lumbar spine, above the pelvis, below the ribs. I've got my hips on the floor. It'll depend on the thickness of your towel, but you don't want it too thick here. Just enough to give you a lower back arch. And then go side to side across the lower back, the erectors there. Side to side with the knees. I don't know if I said that. All right. Let's move it up. Going to come up now and move the towel up quite a bit higher under my shoulder blades. Then I'll go back down and not under the shoulder blades, but kind of on top of the shoulder blades, where the shoulder blades are on top of the towel, because it's right under my armpit there. So pretty high up, not really in the ribs, more in the shoulder, on the upper back. Now, I know your ribs go up there too, but towards the shoulder blades. Okay, now my hands are together, and I'm just going to rock side to side across my upper back like that. Okay. Now, just for a moment, come to center. Bring your arms up to the side, palms up. So it's lifting the chest just a little bit, not a lot. Okay. Arms can come in, and we'll do one last spot here with the towel. Now, my towel is like kind of old and skinny and hard. So you can use it this way, or I'm gonna actually double mine up for this next one. And so you can choose which one. It's gonna go under your neck. I have to go to the side so it's not too uneven. Oh, oh yeah. And now I'm just gonna press it under the occipital ridge here, which is the base of my skull. And you can just move your head side to side here a little bit. If the towel is considerably, if you've folded it and it's considerably thicker on one side, just come away from that side a little bit if you can. Or you can even switch the towel kind of halfway through. I'm just moving my head a little bit. I just get all these really nice little feelings of release in my neck. And we'll switch and just take the towel, same thing, flip it to the other side. Couple more nice deep breaths if you can here. All right. I'm gonna get rid of that towel. And you might even just use it as a bit of a pillow. Just put under the back of your head or nothing at all under your head. That's up to you. Close your eyes. And just get a sense of your body resting here on the floor, being very present moment. Teeth are parted, jaw is soft. Enjoy your breath, nourishing all of your tissues as the oxygen travels through your body. A few more breaths here if you can. When you're ready, you can begin to come up, or you can stay a bit longer if you like. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks, Diane.